Good morning, children. How are you? Are you fine? I hope you are fine. And today is our new topic, that is energy from the sun. This is second topic in your 8th standard lesson. So, how we are getting the energy from the sun? In which form? I hope you know it. Do you know it? Yeah, we are getting the energy from the sun. In the form of light and heat, isn't it? Yeah, here. Before going to the or entering into the topic, we have to discuss some general things, meaning as an introduction. Here, previous classes I learned about some but diversities, because the earth on which we live is full of diversities. The diversities are like oceans, continents, mountains, plains, plateaus, and high and low rainfalls. Yeah, do you have any idea? Already we discussed in previous classes. In this chapter, we are going to discuss a new diversity, a new form of diversity. It is nothing but temperature. Children, you might have observed while morning it is cool and days becoming warm, and at night time I won't say it is becoming cool, and some months of the year hot and some months of the year cool. Mostly in summer season, that is mostly March to May, we are getting more heat, and months like November, December, and even January, we feel very cold. Why do we have such variation in temperature? And some parts of the country is very hot, and some parts of the country is very cool, and even some regions are very hot and some regions are very cold. As you know that near the equator we have very warm, because the sun falls here directly, and when we goes towards the north and south pole it is very cool, because the sun falls there slantingly. So here we can see the variation in a temperature place to place, region to region, isn't it? One country to another country. Here temperature and rainfall plays a major role or a crucial role of the people, meaning is human beings, plants, and even animals. Some plants grow only in hot regions, and some plants grow in only cold regions, and nothing grow in icy, means covered with ice. Such areas we can't see any plants. And we can see the variation even in vegetation also. So this is the introduction of this lesson. Now we are entering into the main topic, that is solar energy and sun rays. As you know that sun is the principal source of the energy on the earth's surface. It gives us, or it works like a powerhouse to generate the energy. The energy in the form of like light and heat, isn't it? And the energy emitted by the sun, that is called solar radiation. The energy emitted by the sun is called solar radiation. And the energy produced by the sun, that it is reaching towards the earth in the form of like heat and light. Or we can see in other forms of energy also, meaning is rays. Here the other forms of energy is here ultraviolet rays, and next UV rays are nothing but ultraviolet rays, and X-rays and radiation rays. So this is the other forms of energy that it is reaching on the earth's surface. Yeah, the solar radiation that is reaching on the ground or the earth's surface is called insolation. The solar energy that reaches on the ground or earth's surface is called insolation. Yeah, this energy is just it is reaching in a small amount towards the earth's surface. One third of the heat it is reflecting in the atmosphere. Only small portion or small amount of energy is scattered on the earth's surface, and some harmful rays like UV rays do not reach the earth's surface, so that we are living on this earth very happily. It means these rays made this land possible to live here. This is one of the topic, that is solar energy and sun rays. Next, sun rays and earth surface. Here, the rays that reach the ground do not hit the earth's surface uniformly. The rays, whichever the sun rays, those falling on the ground, do not hit the earth's surface uniformly, because the curved nature of the earth. As you know that near the equator, the temperature is very high, because the sun is falling directly, so that the temperature is very high. When we are going towards the 90-degree north and 90-degree south poles, then the sun is falling slantingly. This is called angle of incidence. This is called angle of incidence. But this angle of incidence is not continued throughout the year, because the earth moves around the sun around its own axis. So due to this angle of incidence is rapidly changing. When we are in north, during the months of November and December, this angle of incidence is increasing, and during the months, those are May and June, this angle of incidence is decreasing. This is all about sun rays and the earth's surface. Next, land and water contrast. Here the distribution of the temperature between the land and ocean is different. When we measure the temperature of places on continents or lands and oceans, then as you know that land is a good conductor of the heat. Then land receives or gets the heat and cools very quickly, whereas the continents are taking time to get the heat and cool down. This variation you can observe. Next, heating of the atmosphere. Before going to this, children, did you understand so far? Listen carefully. Yeah, heating of the atmosphere. The sun rays fall upon the ground or the earth's surface, then it is hitting the ground. But surrounding us we have the atmosphere. Do you know it? What is the atmosphere? Atmosphere is nothing but air. So here the air is not heating directly. Then in turns begins to radiate the heat. Then it is heating the air. Meaning is here, near the earth's surface it is very warm. When we are going towards the high altitude, there is a difference. Okay. Next, heat balance. What is heat balance? Meaning is the rays which they are falling or reaching the earth's surface, they are maintaining the balance. Already I told you, only some portion of the or some amount of the rays or heat is reaching the earth's surface. 1/3 of the earth's surface, 1/3 of the rays, they reflected back in the atmosphere or in the space. So here, when we have more and more rays, meaning is if the entire heat did not reflected back, then we are getting here hotter and hotter, meaning is very hot, continuous hot months. If the earth's surface receives less amount of heat, then we have to face what more cool. So that here the earth's surface it is receiving a water level or balancing the heat. And here this carbon dioxide. Yeah, this carbon dioxide CO2 is preventing the radiation because increasing the level of the carbon dioxide. How it is increasing? It is increasing due to the petrol and diesel and some other activities. Due to this, it is increasing and it is preventing this radiation. If it is continued, then it causes to the global warming. What is global warming? Can anyone? Global warming is nothing but here increasing the temperature over the globe. And behind this, not only this only carbon dioxide, we have various reasons. So this is high and low temperature. Now that is the next topic. In that, scientists have recorded the high and low temperatures that they recorded. Here, the highest temperature it recorded in the year 1922 July. The place is Azizia. It is located in Libya in the continent that is Africa. This is the highest temperature so far. And the lowest temperature that is 89 minus 89.2. It is recorded in the year 1983 July. And the place is here that is Osta Station in Antarctica. These are the highest and lowest temperatures so far. And next one more that is lowest minimum temperature also recorded, that is minus 273.16 degrees Celsius. This is the highest, lowest and lowest minimum temperatures so far. As you know that 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling stage of the water, and 0 degrees Celsius is the freezing stage of the water. Do you understand? So today's topic is this is, and we will meet in next video with the next topic. So far whatever the questions and answers we sent, learn them and write neatly in your CWs. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay home. Stay safe.